Close Pat Brennan breaks down an upcoming announcement from Major League Soccer in Cincinnati. Greene at Inquirer.com that Futbol Club Cincinnati will soon be a member of Major League Soccer might be a surprise to out-of-towners, but it's not especially shocking to a lot of people in Cincinnati. Since going public in August 2015, FC Cincinnati's taken the southwest Ohio city and surrounding suburbs by complete storm. The club's seen more than 900,000 people pass through the turnstiles at its temporary home venue, the University of Lookout coffee shops. Many details about FC Cincinnati as we know it today were worked out over beers and pizza at Birding's own kitchen table. More. 1 year in, FC Cincinnati recalls early days of franchise close. Fox Sports soccer analyst and commentator Alexi Lawless sat down with the Inquirer/Cincinnati.com for a one-on-one interview. The Inquirer, Pat Brennan. That table has since been moved to the club's downtown office on 4th Street, partly for the sake of posterity. Eventually, word got out around town that this still unnamed and unbranded soccer club was getting off the ground. Billionaire Carl Ender III of American Financial Group got wind of the project and told Birding he wanted in. From there, a robust ownership group sprouted up around the club's early skeletal structure. The group still includes local business leaders such as George Joseph, Scott Farmer, Steve Hightower, Jack Wyant, David L. Thompson, Chris Linner, and Mike Mossel. The team made its first crop of player signings, the inaugurals, as Birding likes to refer to them, in November 2015 and filled out the roster in early 2016 ahead of the first game. 3 of the inaugurals, Kenny Walker, Jimmy McLaughlin, and Corbin Bone, are still with the team in 2018 and contribute on a regular basis. By photo. FC Cincinnati midfielder Kenny Walker, 6, thanks the crowd after the 4-2 win against the New York Red Bulls 2 in FC Cincinnati, Saturday, Sept. 16, 2017, at Nippert Stadium in Cincinnati. FC Cincinnati won 4-2. Photo. The Inquirer, Kareem El-Ghazar. John Harkes was brought in to manage the team and help spark interest in the young club. His stay at the club lasted just 1 season, but it was a memorable season, with FC Cincinnati smashing attendance records and competing at a high level in what was then the 3rd Division United Soccer League. Harkes was fired on the eve of pre-season camp in February 2017. That move opened the door for Alan Koch to lead FC Cincinnati. Koch was a talented coach in waiting in the Vancouver Whitecaps FC organization, and Birding pulled off a real coup in getting him to Cincinnati, which was originally designed as a move to put Koch in charge of building out the young club's youth development. Koch labored to push his 2017 FC Cincinnati squad to the playoffs but gained interest from MLS clubs with his managerial performances in last year's U.S. Open Cup, in which FC Cincinnati went 5-1 and beat 2 MLS teams, and almost beat a third in the semi-final match against the New York Red Bulls. Koch's aptitude for managing was clear, and he was signed to a contract extension in the middle of that Open Cup run as he started to receive interest from MLS clubs. Fast forward to today. Koch is still at the helm, and after an off-season in which he was able to shape the team's roster, FC Cincinnati is flying high near the top of the USL standings, and, of course, FC Cincinnati is alive and well in the U.S. Open Cup again. A date with Minnesota United FC awaits on June 6. All the while, the fans have demanded the attention of the American soccer community. Attendance at FC Cincinnati matches has been on par with or better than most existing MLS clubs. The fans are a big part of the reason FC Cincinnati is here today. The expansion push's success was unfolding on the field. FC Cincinnati's expansion efforts were taking shape. Initially, FC Cincinnati was coy about its true endgame and rarely spoke of MLS specifically. But meetings with MLS officials were taking place, and by the end of the 2016 season, MLS was openly acknowledging the soccer movement in Cincinnati. In November 2016, MLS Commissioner Don Garber made his first public stop in Cincinnati to great fanfare. He was greeted on the tarmac of an airport by FC Cincinnati fans, and his movements around town were followed closely all day. It culminated with a party in Over the Rhine where Garber and FC Cincinnati's leadership rallied the fans to get behind the MLS movement. Close FC Cincinnati hopes to build a stadium on the site of Stargell Stadium in Cincinnati's West End neighborhood. Inquirer, Mike Murgis. Over time, the stadium portion of FC Cincinnati's bid to join MLS become one of the more contentious issues in the city. A perceived time crunch after only one team was accepted by MLS for expansion by the end of 2017 turned up the heat on FC Cincinnati's stadium development efforts, too. As the strength of FC Cincinnati's expansion bid ebbed and flowed, there always seemed to be some other form of publicity sustaining the club, whether it was the U.S. Open Cup or a big player acquisition. Such things probably allowed FC Cincinnati the time and space it needed to work out its stadium deal, which only recently met MLS standards for being admitted to the league. More, what to expect of Major League Soccer's announcement Tuesday. What's next for FC Cincinnati? Field matters. FC Cincinnati, now in its third season as a member of the USL, has maintained a winning product on the field throughout its relatively short existence. The team has no playoff wins but qualified for the USL Cup playoffs in its first 2 seasons. Cincinnati has also won at least one U.S. Open Cup game in each of its first 3 years in that competition. 2016 season record, the 6th of August 16, third place in USL Eastern Conference. Leading scorer, Sean O'Coley, 16, USL Golden Boot winner. Team voted MVP, Corbin Bone, home attendance, 333,353, all matches. Friendly opponent, Crystal Palace FC, English Premier League. Playoff result, first round loss to Charleston Battery at Nippert Stadium. Open Cup result, third round loss to Tampa Bay Rowdies, NASL, in the third round. 2017 season record, the 10th of December 10, 6th place in USL Eastern Conference, the 10th of December 17 in all competitions. Leading scorer, Jibby Fall, 16 goals in all competitions. Team voted MVP, Kenny Walker, home attendance, more than 477,000, all competitions. Friendly opponent, Valencia CF, La Liga. Playoff result, first round loss at Tampa Bay Rowdies. Open Cup result, lost in the semi-final to New York Red Bulls of MLS. 2018 season record, 6-3-2. Leading scorers, Danny Koenig, Emmanuel Ledesma. 4, home attendance, 124,333, through 5 matches in all competitions. Open Cup result, a 4th-round match against Minnesota United FC of MLS on June 6, 7:30 p.m.